Television violence is not new to the human race. It has become a problem with modern-day society. More access to firearms become more of a problem because of violence that we're showing on TV. So we're showing shows like The Walking Dead, where shows that are killing people who are using guns and violence to get what they need. Research has shown that violence has increased enormously. And one of the factors that have increased this is the TV violence that we see today. Early years are crucial for brain development. So if you're sitting a child in front of the TV to distract them for a short term, you're actually harming them and not doing them as much good. Violence should be centered to help children of today so we can also help them in the future. Children watching violent shows evolve into a realistic world, and they soon start to crave that violence that they see on TV. Many cases of vandalism, breaking in, stealing, things like that they see cause more effect, and they start to do that within the world. Over the decade, violence has become increased in the TV shows that we watch today. Not just in youth with violence, so if they're sitting there watching TV, it doesn't affect them just then, but it also follows them into adulthood and things they soon start to learn. Short-term exposure affects them just as much as long-term exposure. So if you're sitting there 2 seconds, 5 seconds, a minute, short-term exposure, it's going to affect the young mind and minds that they're starting to develop even as much as you're sitting there watching a whole show. So like 30 minutes, an hour, it affects them just the same. As you're doing this, you're destroying a young person's mind because they think it's okay for the things that they're seeing to go out into the real world to do. These effects are long-lasting and can be never-ending for them. It upsets the moral balance that you're soon teaching the youth, and it makes them more prone to do adult things, so they could want to go out to the world and try different things that they themselves should know better not to do. It is unhealthy for a child's mind to sit there and just watch the things instead of going out and experiencing life. They come to crave that violence when things like that around them are soon to be bland and it's normal, so then they start to act out that way. Short-term memory and long-term memory. So short-term memory is going to affect them in a way as their speech when they're learning to talk could take them a little longer. Their process of writing could be a little longer. Long-term memory could be them not sleeping as much, them not getting the sleep that they need, and things like that. TV stations believe that it's our right to choose what we watch, but we want to limit that. So we need to start starting censors on different things like that. We already know we could take away from the television, so like turning it off, putting it away. They believe that we see it and hear it and see the bullying and see the words, so why not put it out there already? But what they don't know is that by censoring that one thing, we're slowly taking control and pulling in that violence that needs to start happening. In 2010, reality shows were all about the no censoring. So they're doing physical violence. They're doing illegal substances. We need to regulate these TV shows either by the TV stations or just by us in general. We need more restriction to stabilize violence. By taking one thing and restricting it, we can slowly pull back the violence and everything else.